that.
Senator, I want to switch gears to something that affects millions of Americans on a very personal level. Aetna just announced that it's pulling out of the last two Obamacare exchanges it was in, Delaware and Nebraska. We're in the Obamacare death spiral. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say this.
No.
Are we going to get out of it before more people pull it down? And I know you're going to mention Virginia and Iowa are also part of the states that Aetna's pulling out of. But again, are we going to get out of that death spiral? Because a lot of people fear it's going to pull them down, too.
That is the responsibility of a Republican Congress that has promised to replace Obamacare, to make sure that we get an agreement very, very soon. And I think this brings additional pressure to Republicans in the Congress of the United States, and where it involves Democratic senators in their particular states like Delaware and Virginia, I would think they would get on board in trying to fix the situation.
I don't know what makes you think that, Senator, because you see they seem single-focused now on bringing up accusations against President Trump that will lead to his impeachment. They even just canceled a hearing, as you well know, in the Senate for the elderly. It had nothing to do with these questions about Russia, but that's how much they care about this single issue right now, because they're smelling blood. What makes you think that you could get them off that track to go with you and reform Obamacare or health care in this country?
I should left the wrong impression. I just said to myself and to you that they ought to be interested in working with us. I don't expect them to be working with us. So that's why it's all on the back of the Republican members of the Congress to get this question answered and get insurance for people. We're going to have 94 of our 99 counties not have any insurance in the exchange. Right. That's how bad it is in my state.
It's extraordinary. And everybody is paying more for it. They're paying a lot more for a lot less in some cases, even though, and now we have some of the Democratic architects of Obamacare blaming Republicans, even though the death spiral began long before the election. Let me just play a shot from one of those architects and get you to react to it.
Yes.
This is for 2018, and 2018 they have to put their rates in now, and the government has been uncertain. And the one thing insurance companies hate is uncertainty. And Speaker Ryan has made sure that they're uncertain. Okay, he's holding the bag. Okay, he's responsible for this leaving.
Long before
and it's the Republicans being responsible.
The Republicans are responsible for the Obamacare death spiral, even though that spiral began before the election. Do you think Americans are going to buy that?
I think that people at the grassroots of America are just sick and tired of partisanship. That's why we've got to act quickly and do it. But I do believe this, that when insurance companies are pulling out and we're operating under Obamacare, at the grassroots of America, it ought to be pretty clear where the guilt rests.
You know,
but we can't be concerned just about finding who's responsible. Right. It's up to us as Republicans to get a replacement very quickly.
Just very quickly, because you're also on the Finance Committee. Taxes, a lot of us want tax reform, not only lower taxes, but also simplification, similar to the kind that was brought out by the President's economic team. Any chance of that happening before 2018?
Yes. There's a timeline that was put out to us by the Secretary of Treasury on Monday to get it done before the end of the year.
And you would have to get the final version of health care reform in before that happens, or could it be dual track?
It makes it a lot easier to get tax reform if we have a health care reform bill out of the way.
What you have seen so far, the lowering of the tax rates, the getting rid of the deductions, putting it, I love this idea, putting your tax form on one simple postcard rather than having to go to H&R Block. Are you in favor of what you've heard so far?
Yeah, but it's not going to be as simple form as what you said, but it's going to be a lot simpler than it is right now.
All right. Senator Chuck Grassley, thank you very much for spending time with us. We appreciate it.